Okay, the way I am triggered right now. So I had my thesis presentation for my thesis project, which I will spend the entire second year of my MFA creating with my team. We had the presentation this morning, and an email went out specifically saying that one member of the team will present to the dean, one member of the team. And so me, as the director, I am the creative leader of this project. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's me. I also wrote it, so that makes sense too. Tell me why this entire board of, actually it wasn't the entire board, but you present in front of like about 10 to 15 people in this board. They the person who is in charge of production of the thesis films says, looks at my team and is like, well, why are you all here? And then everybody had to say why they were here. And then later on, one of these people on the board was like, this sounds like a deeply personal story. And the fact that we had to prompt the rest of your team to hear from them, like, as to why they're part of this project, well, you just have to remember that it's not always all about you. Excuse me? That is my biggest trigger as a director, and it's the one I came into AFI with, and it's the one that has only gotten bigger since I have been at AFI. That as a director, I have had a history of being way too collaborative, meaning I give everyone a voice except myself. Essentially, I don't lead enough. And like, that has its own origins, and directors in general have this terrible stereotype reputation of being egocentric, crazy people who are narcissists and who believe that the sun rises and sets on them and them alone. And sadly, AFI is an institution that treats directors as such, meaning they just assume the worst about directors. Whenever in a group dynamic like this one, like presenting your final project to a big important board that you're paying, by the way, just had to throw that in there, to assume the worst about me, that I am egocentric and this is a personal story to me, and therefore I'm just gonna be this crazy egomaniac director, and I'm not gonna remember that I have a whole team that needs to be part of this process. Like, directors, it can't always be all about you. Sorry, I forgot. I guess I'll try to be collaborative. I'm so triggered. I am so triggered. Objectively though, this thing went well, but all I can think of right now is how they told me in an email that only one person should speak, and then when one person did speak, they were like, wow, she's really self-centered. We haven't heard from the rest of the team. We had to ask the team why they were part. Oh my God. No, I'm going to Trader Joe's. I am getting phenomenal support from my directing cohort though. Like, they are the reason I am here, truthfully. They're basically like, Didi, this is stupid. And also it speaks more to their disorganization than it does to you, because they're just trying to make sure that they look organized, and they're trying to make us look like the ones who messed up. Truly, I would not be able to survive this program physically and mentally without the people around me. Like, the other people in this program are the reason I'm here still. They're the best, and I love them. Oh my God, they are. I love them so much. But before I go to Trader Joe's though, please look at this fit. Hot girl summer has commenced. I also wore this to the present. I mean, I wore those shoes, but I wore this to my thesis board review. Look at this shirt, it's so good. Okay, BRB, gone to get over my own spiraling. I just had my wrap meeting with my team for my last film, which is the film I'm most proud of. And I do feel like we... Like I was saying, I had my wrap meeting with my Cycle 3 team, which is the third film I made this year. And I do feel like I significantly improved as a director. And it shows in this Cycle 3. It's the one I'm the most proud of. It's also a genre film. It's a gothic horror. And it's the first time I'm doing something like this. And it turns out like I have a natural knack for it, and I want to make more. It was like super enjoyable, and I really had a good time. I also loved my team, and I'm working with them on thesis for the next year. So yay me. But in the meeting I talked about working with my child actor, who is a wonderful actor and a wonderful human being. She's 11, she's a Disney kid, so she's a very experienced actor. But our subject matter was like really, really dicey. I don't know if I'm allowed to link my film below because it's not available for public consumption, but you can watch it with a password with the understanding that this is not a film available to the public. So maybe I will put that in the description box. But this is really dicey subject matter. A girl is being sold into sex work in a brothel, and it's a young black girl, and the person she's being sold to is a large white man, and it's scary. And I felt really, really terrible because there was a day on set where something happened in the scene, and I clocked it and I didn't act fast enough. And it's one of those things where she told me that she knows it's acting, but that's scary no matter if it's real life or acting. And I am just like super mindful that that's not a thing that will come up. It might not come up in the near future. It might come up in the like maybe when she's 16, and I'm just like really, really mindful of it. And yeah, it haunts me that I feel like I didn't protect her as much as I could have, as fast as I should have. My team said I handled it well though, so I have to choose to believe them, otherwise I'll go insane. Let me tell you something. This school is a massive emotional roller coaster. Yesterday, my ego was on the floor. Actually, I don't know if it was my ego, but I just felt like absolute trash because I presented my thesis, and I already told you guys what happened, but I just felt so terrible and so gaslit and so belittled. And then these are the same people who are like building you up and making you feel seen and heard and taking credit for the brilliant work that you do if it turns out well. It's like a super abusive relationship, and it tears me apart because this place is the reason I'm getting better, because I have chosen to participate in an offer that was given to me, and I'm putting myself in these positions to be highly critiqued and like highly examined and just generally picked apart at any given opportunity. Like, I am choosing to put myself in this position, and I do have the option of leaving whenever. It would have massive consequences because I'm foreign and my visa would get cancelled and my rent would get all these things. But it's a massive head fuck because you get built up to be torn down further, to be absolutely decimated, to be buried underground, to be built up a little bit more, to skyrocket, to fall very harshly back onto the ground, onto the rocks, die a little bit, then like kinda resurrect, then it's just constant. It is never ending. It is a whiplash of an emotional minefield. Yeah, it's really hardcore. The reason I am surviving is because of my support system, my family who I can talk to, and also the people I'm going to school with here, specifically the other directors in my year. They are truly, like, I would not be able to survive this program without these people. The people I meet here are worth all of it. So this community among the fellows is so strong and so lovely. I'm so thankful for it. If I were here alone, if I did not feel the kind of support I was getting from my peers, I would not be able to do this. This is a massive, massive psychological game, and no one comes out unscathed. It's so dramatic. People don't really know the extent of it unless you're here in it. Like, I feel like I can talk about this for weeks and you still don't really know unless you're in it. I know people who I tried to tell this to and they think I'm being dramatic. I'm not. Everything you've heard is true. My word of advice is, if you do something like this, make sure your support system is rock solid. Make sure the community that you are building for yourself or that you are looking to be part of is a solid community, because without your community, you are on your own, and you are only as good as your mental state that day. And let me tell you something, my mental state on some of these days has been abysmal. I think I will have to talk about the week I had 2 weeks ago at a different time, because that was a terrible week. That was the worst week I had at AFI, and yesterday was an extremely triggering day that kind of sent me spiraling into all the places and spaces that I have been working really hard to undo. And 30 minutes in front of a board of mostly white men and 2 white women will completely undo that. Oh my God. It's fine though. I've come a long way, and I'm so thankful to be here and meet these people and be with these people. So, also today is my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Lee. Thanks for making my favorite human of all time, little Burly Lee. So